It's member-supported Hawaii Public Radio and All Things Considered. We are in our Atherton Performing Arts Studio. I'm Dave Lawrence. A real pleasure today. We have a multiple Emmy Award winner, author, actor, stand-up comedian, producer, big part of the FX comedy series Baskets. He is through Saturday at the Blue Note. It's Louie Anderson on All Things Considered. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here.
Great to be here.
I couldn't help but look at some of your social media in advance of this, and I saw pictures of Conan O'Brien.
I just did the show.
With him.
And I think I did it with some other people, too.
Kevin Nealon.
And Fluffy and Kevin Nealon and Wesley Snipes. Because, you can never find a good picture of just you.
Right.
So, at least I can.
The Temps also in there, I see.
Yes, and then I ran into them at the airport. I've opened for them, so that was a really joy to see them at the airport, I opened for almost every single act in Las Vegas in the 80s and 90s. Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers and Ray Charles and Glenn Campbell, Natalie Cole, Pointer Sisters and Smokey Robinson. I just opened for everybody because I had a clean act.
Right. Any good memories of Glenn? We had Glenn on the show, too, in 2012.
I absolutely adored Glenn Campbell. This guy had an unbelievable voice, but not only that,
he played that thing, man.
He played that guitar like a rock star.
Yep.
He went on, and then I went on in the middle while they changed the set for Ray Charles.
So they were double billing.
So they double billed those guys. I just sat every night on the side of the stage.
It must be a lot of challenges when you think about doing gigs like that, where you've got to go on between these legendary bookends of entertainment, and really different ones too, and you've got to do your bit and make it work in a short amount of time. And I think of this role of Christine on Baskets. Talk about something that is a challenge. I love the quote you said about it. You said, "It felt like it was divine intervention when I got the call to be on the show that somehow my mom from the great beyond was finally getting herself into show business where she truly belonged in the first place." Explain.
I agree. My mom, when she walked in a room, people noticed her, and she commanded. She had a lot of charisma. She had 11 children. She put up with my dad, who was an extremely abusive alcoholic, but she never, ever let us feel the brunt of that in a sense. Always had a smile. She always got up every morning and made us breakfast our whole lives. I always thought to myself, this is a woman who really could have been in show business or anything. Could have been a politician or led a company, but she led our family. And so I feel like I'm responsible for holding up that. And then to get a chance to play her is such a great homage. I just loved her. And so now in 2018, I'm going to play her again for the third season. And she would have been 106. Just like a dream come true.
Right.
I think I'm just a vehicle for this. I actually do a vessel. I try to honor it. I try to make Louie Anderson, the person, disappear in there.
It's a visual challenge, too, because they have to really do you up to make that happen.
And people think it's my hair often, which is really funny, right? I go, yeah, sure. I just agree with them. I never argue with people. Hey, aren't you that one guy? I go, I sure am. Because people just say those kind of things. And why dispel if it makes them happy?
The goal of what you're doing, you get a good feeling when you see them laugh. Is that really the idea? Is it more like you feel like your craft is developing?
Both, but mostly I feel like I have relieved their pain.
It's a form of therapy.
Yeah, I think I make people forget their troubles for an hour and a half, whatever I'm up there.
Henny Youngman plays a critical role. It was 1981, a comedy competition. Explain how this dude runs into your life in such a big way.
He was one of the judges. There were 3 judges, and he bonded with me or thought I was great. I just saw the tape of that. I think what happened was that he said, I came in third out of 3 people. They always say in my publicity that I won it, but I quit fighting with them. But I came in third. There was a guy who did song parodies, came in first, and a guy who juggled fire came in second. And when I accepted the speech, I said, I'm just glad there wasn't an accordion player who told jokes. And Henny thought that was good. And then I started writing for his grandson and him. His grandson was a big guy like me, so I wrote jokes for him and wrote for Henny.
Wow.
And we stayed friends up until his death.
And like Henny, there's another cat who played a pivotal role. Your first late night TV was Carson.
Yeah, so exciting. First of all, I grew up as a poor kid in St. Paul. So I would watch The Tonight Show with my dad, who was a jazz musician with Hoagie Carmichael. He would let me stay up and watch the comedians. It was full circle for me, you know. Here I am, this kid in the projects of St. Paul, watching The Tonight Show, watching these comedians. In 1984, I'm backstage, and I hear Johnny Carson say, here's a young guy from St. Paul, Minnesota, making his television debut. And here I am now in Hawaii, and I'm at the Blue Note, a jazz club.
Right.
And my dad, he was a great trumpet player. So I feel like a full circle here too. And I tell you, that Blue Note is one beautiful club.
Through Saturday, it's Louie Anderson here on member-supported Hawaii Public Radio, All Things Considered, in our Atherton Performing Arts studio. Hope you had fun. I enjoyed this.
I had a great time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Aloha, it's Louie Anderson. Hey, don't you even think of touching that dial. We're here with our good friend Dave Lawrence. Hi, Dave.